Hey guys, Lech here, another part of the sauna build. In this video, I want to show you how to tile a backsplash for your sauna stove. The reason for this is you want to protect your wooden walls from the heat from the stove, especially if it's closed. Same with your flute pipe, unless you're using the double triple wall pipes, which I'm not. I'm using single wall, so you do need to have the heat protection. I already have my 1/2-inch Hardibacker on. I do have a window here as well. As you see, this is tempered glass, so it's fine for the heat. Got my tile. You can use porcelain or ceramic. Nice and thick tile, probably a little more than 1/4 inch here. Let me show you guys basically what you're gonna need. Cement, all the tools. It's similar to the tile on the floor. And that's really it. Let's get started. Alrighty, for the cement, you need polymer modified cement. Everything I was reading online for tiling around fireplaces and so on, they say use polymer modified cement. This is the common cement you can find in Home Depot, Lowe's. For your tiling jobs, not super expensive. Get a trowel, 1/4 inch or 3/8, depending on the tile you use. Rubber float if you're doing the grout, spacers, and so on. And that's really it. I have full detailed videos on tiling floors as well, so you can look at that. But that's it. For the cement, the only other option I saw was that refractory cement for doing work inside the stove, which is rated for 2200 degrees, but that's expensive, and I don't think it's needed for tiling a wall. So like I mentioned, we have our 1/2-inch Hardibacker already installed to protect the heat. There is no insulation like I have here, the rock wool insulation that I'm using. It's mold fire resistant, but we're not putting anything behind there where the 2x4s are. You want that air space, almost insulation, they say, you know, to keep the heat out and so on. Can't explain it, but you can look it up. Got my tiles, nice and thick tile. Go with the big ones, saves me time. They got the stone look. I wanted to do the stones, you know, the cool little stone, but they're all lined with the plastic or whatever on the back. So if you have this next to heat, that will start melting. I don't want to start taking it apart. Plus, it was super expensive. The windows here already, as you see. This is 3/8 glass, so solid. Now I'm gonna just cut them to size. I already started measuring. Got my bottom one in already before I even put the stove in. Cut them to size, and we'll start tiling it up all the way up. And then same on the outside, which I'm not finishing yet because I pulled the stove out, so I have more space to work with it. And the stove, I'm doing a whole review on it as well. It's a Morrison stove company. This is a dual feed, meaning you can put firewood from the front and from the outside. We used it before my buddy Roman's sauna, and this thing works amazing. Let's get started. This is what I was talking about, the other side. That's where the stove you can feed from the outside. Here's the window. And I'm gonna line this with insulation first, fiberglass insulation or something like that. And then we'll cover it up and tile it outside here as well, so the wall's protected from the heat here as well. Alrighty, most of the tiles are pre-cut now. We are ready to put them on the wall. We're gonna start from bottom, work our way up. First, we just gotta mix the cement. So, you know, depending on the cement you get, follow the directions. But this is a pretty standard process. I'm gonna mix it with cool water. You can use hand mixer, or we're using a drill-based mixer here. Makes your life a lot easier. Use the same for grout. We're gonna mix it for about 5 minutes. You want to get a paste-like consistency, and I'm going a little thicker. In this case, it's on the walls. I want the tiles to sit. Once we mix it, we're going to wait 5 to 10 minutes, remix it again for a minute or so, and then we are ready to start installing. This is pasty, but you want to add a little water as it's still pretty dry. Since I am using a drill, you don't technically need 5 minutes of mixing. It's more if you're doing it by hand. But this is pretty good. We wait 5-10 minutes, we mix it, and we are ready to go. All right, give it about 7 minutes, quick remix. Alrighty, so first we want to put a thin layer of cement to make sure we're going to have good adhesion when we actually start running the lines with our trowel for the tiles to sit on. So, thin layer, anywhere you're going to tile. Same idea as with a floor, basically. And now we can apply more cement and get our grooves done. About a 45-degree angle. Over here I can't go flat, so I'm gonna use the short end. And now here I can get in all the way in. A little tougher around the stove here, but we'll get in there. Prep our tile. Thin layer on the back to make sure we have even adhesion everywhere. You basically want to get into those tile grooves. You don't need any extra on the outside. Just pop it on. A little tap. I'll get to my spacers in a second. We'll just get the big one done first. And same idea. That's about it. For spacers, I'm going 1/8 inch, probably even a little less. I'm just using back pieces of my 1/4 inch spacers that I had. I want to keep as little space behind as possible because I'm not doing any separate grout. I'm going to use this cement for my grout lines as well, as I want to keep them white to match the tiles. So I'm just popping these in. All the tiles equal spacing. And now you can just tap it more, line it up. I will do the other side right now, clean that up, and then show you guys here where it's more open space how to do it again. And then we work our way all the way up. Quick peek, close up. Now I'm putting a thinner layer up here, like 3.5 inch, these 3 strips in the middle right here, because I want my next full board not to be split up here and go over an inch higher here. So I'll do that next. Alrighty, so now we're running this section. First I'm doing a 3.5 inch line here on the bottom to raise this up a little bit. Then I'm doing a full tile here and 2 small ones on the sides. I already got my base layer of cement. Now I'm just applying the extra so we can make our grooves for the tiles to go on. Yeah, I'm messy. I'm not a pro, so I'm sure I'm gonna hear about that. But I'm just trying to get this done, guys. I want my sauna, so I'm trying to make it quicker for you guys in the video. Alrighty. We need a little more thicker at the ends here, so we get a good line from the start. Proper tiles. Let's see what we got. Not gonna worry about cleaning this up. I want to get the next layer on first. So I got about 1 inch coverage here, and I did that on purpose so the wood is not directly exposed. Get my spacers in. And clean it up again. Finish the spacers there, clean it up, and then we can work our ways up. And we're almost there. Make sure you clean up as you go along. I should have covered the stove, but I didn't. So more work for me. But I got it all spaced out. And I'm gonna let this dry a little bit, and I'm gonna fill the lines actually with the extra cement, aka grout, now instead of waiting, as I'm not doing different grout. Gonna need a few more tiles too, but for now we'll work our way up. Alrighty, we let everything dry. Here's what it looks like. The grout line's filled up nicely with the cement. Now all we gotta do is push the oven back in, closer to the wall, so we have the outside space needed to tile around there. Then we just finish the top here. We can basically run the chimney piping at this point, and then start working on the walls. Alrighty, got my tiles pre-cut. Now we can tile this section. Put some tape around here just to protect the wood. I don't want to get messy. A little bit around the stove, but you know, we'll wipe it up after. We're good with the distance, and now we can just prep it. So like any tiling, like I did on the inside, just gonna do a 10 coat first to get good adhesion. Then I'll make my stripes and we'll tile it up. all that's left is just fill in the grout lines, clean it up, and we are all set. And there we go, outside all finished. Alrighty guys, it's all done. This is basically how you tile a wall for a sauna stove. Hopefully this was helpful. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, follow. More videos on the build coming, and lots of other how-to videos. Thank you guys.